Sometimes courage is finding a way to do whatever you love, even if it seems impossible. This is a story about color, life, and vibrance in a circumstance that doesn't feel like any of those things. Jennifer Parker says her husband Brian is the reason she looks at every day as an opportunity to create something beautiful.
As much as we'd like to choose the soundtrack of our lives, so much of what plays out is beyond our control.
We'll just put on records all day long.
A line of album covers, well loved over time, document Jennifer and Brian's lives together as much as the scrapbooks that share the same shelf.
And Brian riding his motorcycle.
Road trips.
We've taken several cross-country road trips.
Adventures.
And then we hiked up Angel's Landing, just a memory that we treasure.
And music. Music always at the center of it all.
We've always had a passion for music.
After the wedding 22 years ago, they lived out so many of the lyrics they've loved together.
Okay.
Brian Parker was just 41 when the melody changed drastically.
This is our life in this little plot of land, in this little living room. This is where we live day in and day out.
ALS has taken so much, including Brian's opportunity to be an audio engineer and musician.
It's so tedious for him. He made it all with circles.
It has not taken his love of art or his ability to create it. Brian uses the one part of his body he can still move to meticulously guide a virtual paintbrush.
Making several shapes to make one large shape. I mean, what would take us probably an hour could take him weeks.
Did you ever consider yourself an artist before?
Not really, only with music.
In this new artistic outlet, Brian finds some freedom.
Definitely the ability to create. I can't imagine what it would be like to have ALS without the current technology.
And there's one over here that's just spirals that you can kind of stare into and it feels like it's moving. My favorite is one he just finished, which is a hummingbird. But this bird just amazed me. I was like, wow. I just see it as life, honestly, as someone who's living with, you know, something so challenging and finding color. Filters, tubing, little adapters.
Bins of medical supplies necessary for another day now share the shelves holding treasures of days past.
It's just really important to stay positive, take one day at a time, maybe even take 1 hour at a time if that's what it takes. Just tell yourself to keep going and that you can find joy in every day no matter what situation you're dealing with.
In a life now fragile and uncertain, their constants are music.
It just helps lift the spirits. Music is magic.
Art.
He inspires me and he tells me, you know, to buck up and keep going.
And each other.
All right.
Moment by moment, making the most of a life soundtrack they cannot control.
I just choose to not let ALS defeat me.
I honestly just see color and life and vibrance coming from someone who could be in such a dark place.
Brian says painting gives his days purpose. He hopes to inspire other people to look for ways to express themselves. This is the first painting he ever finished. It means so much that they gave it to us as a gift. We're so proud to hang it here at 11 Alive. If you'd like to find out more about their story or ways you can support Jennifer and Brian, go to 11alive.com.